And here we go. We got Jonny T in the house. What's going on, Johnny? What's good?
What is up, my brother Jordan?
Not much, man. We've been planning this for a minute about meeting up here with this view that you got in the back. And we finally made it happen. How long has it been since we've been trying to get this worked out?
Are you asking me a question?
Yeah. That was a question.
I'm sorry. It's been a while. Probably about 3 months.
Thought it was longer than that. But
We've always wanted to do something big, and that's
want to do
always been in
something
the,
big.
that's
So
always been
what?
in the
What?
books.
Yeah. So let's start off with that. What you got going on? Cause I know you have a bunch of shit. Like you work out, you hit the gym, you're trying to get people. You're getting into web development actually. Let's start with that.
What you said?
Web development.
Web development. So
yeah.
So we just skipped a lot, but let's just get right into the web
Yeah,
development.
we'll just get right into it.
So the web development, it's all it is finding a good third-party website builder and building a website that best suits your customers, best suits their needs, their wants, and makes it easy to get from point A to point B. And that's what I pride myself on, is making the process easy and taking the hassle, taking the frustration from the car buying process. And that's what I believe in all businesses. When we facilitate, provide a service, the best thing is to provide them a platform that's accessible. So website is one of the most accessible things. If Instagram takes me down, Facebook takes me down, anyone takes me down, I will at least have my website and people will still be able to get to me.
Yeah, it's very true, especially nowadays with the whole censoring shit
Yes.
from the media. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but I know you have experienced that with Instagram.
Right. So myself, I never got censored because of that, I don't think. But I know a lot of not mainstream, but bigger people that have been taken down due to their political beliefs or whatever they post, or other accounts that maybe didn't have as many followers, but they're still getting taken down just because of the content they're posting. So there's definitely, some kind of thing with that. But, it's really up to us as the people to determine what we're going to allow from big tech and these big companies.
And what is that content that you tend to notice that usually gets censored?
Really anything dealing with conspiracies. I think conspiracies should be explored, and they should be adequately disproven with logic and reasoning and evidence, versus just saying da 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 da, fact check, it's not true, even though there are certain things that people have not done investigations on. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the things out there, bad people out there in the world, and people are trying to get the word out, and some things are being shadow banned.
So by that, what do you mean by disproving conspiracies? Or do you mean...
Right, so just the way that the conspirators, or I don't know how
Conspiracy theorists.
Conspiracy theorists, yeah, good. The way that they come up with their arguments and they lay it out, the people arguing against it should be able to lay it out right then and there. Shouldn't have to come down to a combative back and forth. It should just come down to facts. If things are this way, things are that way. We just have to decide where is our morality. That's really where it comes down to, is deciding as a population what is right, what is wrong.
How do you do that?
Shit.
Because you're just...
I'm not the guy to ask on that, but I guess
What do you think? What do you
philosophical standpoint, the way you would decide.
No,
that
we can get into that, cause
anything to fuck, man, it sounds kind of evolutionist, but anything to further the human race.
I mean, I talk about
And
evolution on here.
The human race and sustaining life and creating a better life. That's what we all do, but we as humans want human life. We always have that goal. Human life is more important than anything else. But that's pretty egotistical, I think.
And that's kind of like the thing about evolution. It's about going into the next generation. That's really all that matters. Because really, we're designed to live like to like our 30s and then die. Like that's supposed to be our what do you call it? Life expectancy.
Right.
Like as humans, like 30 years old. So that's why, like as fucked up as it sounds, and you can say whatever, but really, like the perfect age to have a kid is really around 18. But that's because
Yeah.
evolution.
Right.
And usually the human body is its best. It's at its peak basically when we're
21.
at that age. Yeah, 18 to 21. Because even when you're
21,
20,
22.
27, that's already kind of old. Even though, like, you're 27, you still have a lot ahead of you. But we
Right.
didn't evolve that way.
Right. In terms of yeah, in terms of how we evolved or how we used to evolve, yes. But I think recently, in the recent hundreds of years, it's not just medicine keeping us alive. I think we've also evolved to a degree to live the length that we do live. But it also due to modern medicine, largely in part to large, big pharma stuff like that.
Big part. What do you mean by that?
Like the reason why we're able to live
Like,
the
how are
how
they?
long we're living now
Yeah.
is because of medicine and science and stuff like that. Also because of genetics, I think, because
Oh, definitely genetics.
because before they weren't living as long, regardless. But I think there's also a regression in that now recently in the last couple of decades maybe that people are dying at higher rates compared to before per capita.
What do you mean by that?
I think it's not based on evidence. I'm sure
You're
there's
just
some
going on
numbers
top of your
going
head.
off. Yeah, just
Okay.
yeah. It might be true, it might not be true. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a
No, you're good.
scientist
Yeah, we're just
out there, people.
Yeah, we're just
But I
Yeah.
think recently it's been like that. That people have been dying more from like
Why do
cancer
you?
and stuff like that.
Oh, so like in unnatural
Right.
ways, we're dying off.
Radiation
Radiation.
and stuff like that.
That's a big one. People don't realize, especially like in 2011, that whole like the Fukushima thing in Japan after the tsunami and the earthquake, like that. It's crazy though. They're thinking of saying that they were gonna dump out a bunch of water like into the ocean or a bunch of toxins into the ocean. You've ever read about that?
No.
It was like very very recently, like weeks.
I never
They're
did.
talking about doing that, and it's fucked up. Really, like it comes to think of how much we should be controlling, like, or how much the bigger, like the big tech people or like just powerful people should be controlled by the government. And it comes really into discussion nowadays, especially. And then, like, going back into censorship as well. Like, controlling the tech companies also. Because really, the way I see it, like, it's fucked up, right? Because say whatever you want, but usually the people that are most likely to get censored, usually more on the right side of the spectrum, of the
Right.
political spectrum.
It's because it doesn't line up with the mainstream agenda.
Yeah, with the mainstream agenda, which is usually further left.
Right.
I don't know where I was going with that.
No, I mean
to
that's
be honest.
all. Enough said. Enough said on that. I mean that's exactly it.
Yeah, and then it's okay. I remember now, and it's like it's the right. It's the First Amendment, like freedom of speech, freedom of assembly. Where do you think all of this is going with COVID?
Dude, this is kind of crazy, but I think it sets a precedent, dangerous precedent for the future. I think that the next disease is gonna be crazier, or maybe part two, COVID part two. COVID part two. So yeah, I'm not sure what's
Like
gonna happen.
like a second wave of COVID.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Right. Maybe in December, when everyone's cozy at home and stuff like that, but everyone's wearing their masks, things like that. So I just don't think that if my ideas are false, which I hope, then we have nothing to worry about. If what my ideas are true, then we're screwed, because the next wave is gonna be inflated as well.
What are
Right.
those ideas?
That they're going to be inflated. The numbers are be inflated again, but more, or
Mm.
maybe just again. So now it's like we're going back to lockdown, code red. We're wearing masks. Now we're shutting down restaurants, shutting down everything again, hurting the economy. That whole thing.
Mm. So you're saying we should keep more places open in terms of
Right. Keep everything open.
you should
but-
have the freedom to
Right.
go out. Yeah, that's
Right.
what I've been saying the whole time.
Because in my life, I've had people in my family that have gotten it, and it's real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never had it.
Mm.
I never had to experience it
There's
myself.
there's no denying that, but we're also what 21, 20, or 22.
Right. And also, I think there's a level of like, if you're like, no one's going around touching stuff and then licking it. I mean, I'm a germaphobe already, so I guess I never had this issue. I never got sick a lot growing up as a kid. And sorry, I got lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're just sick.
Huh?
I was trying to lose my train of thought. So I was
Oh no, you're good. But I mean, it really just comes down to like,
my train.
cause you
the
live
train,
do what?
the train of thought.
The train of thought. No, I'm trying to like continue what you were
Yeah. What
saying.
was I saying?
Like cause you're a young person, right? You haven't
Right.
really gone sick. But not only that, but it's cause also you've been active your whole life. Like you've been out exercising. Like you've been like.
Right.
I know when you were how'd you start off when you were little? Like did you play football or anything like that? I know you played football at one
Right.
point.
When I was 11, I played a little football tackle, and I played, I think, left guard.
So you're a big kid.
I was a big kid amongst the smaller kids, but my age was the same. 'Cause my birthday was in June,
Mm.
but I was like a little bigger or whatever. But I was a puss. Like, I hated hitting people and stuff like that. I was such a puss. So then eventually, I mean, I've been boxing. My dad's been getting me into boxing since I was 5, 4. So I've been into it since a very young age. But whenever I started training, I was in my 10, 11, 12, 13, and I was training like just in the backyard, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
eventually I got into a gym and eventually winning the Golden Gloves in Dallas 2016. That was really fun. But yeah, I was always a fat kid though,
Mm.
surprisingly. I was always a fat kid. I loved food. I loved food growing up. And food's always been good to me.
It's very true.
But now it's bad to me because anything I eat that's bad, bubble guts.
It's very true.
So I have to be careful with what I eat now, for sure.
So you were a kid, like you had the mitts and everything. They probably bought you like a bag, and then you just punch it in the backyard, like shit like that.
Yeah, I had a speed bag, heavy bag in the
Mm.
backyard. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Also, my cousins who would come out, my friends, we would spar and stuff like that. My dad would host sparring matches.
Oh shit.
Probably illegal, but we were doing it.
That was back then. They can't do shit now, so you can talk about that.
Right. I was a kid, though. I mean.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
And plus, we were going easy. I mean, we weren't going hard at all.
yeah.
Those
Yeah,
were
that's
cousins.
true.
My cousins
That's
and my
true.
friends.
So you started off as a kid, and you said you were around 5 when that.
I hope so. I hope I did.
What do you mean?
I hope I started off as a kid. I hope I didn't start off as an old man and then like reverse age.
Benjamin Buttons.
Dude, that's fucked. All right, continue.
I'm just trying to get like the full story. So you started off when you were 5, and then what age were you when you started going to the gym, like actual
I went
training?
15. Or
15. Oh, shit.
I was actually going to a rec center gym, and there I was going to, but they didn't do competitions. They didn't compete. But I was there from when I was like 11 through 14, and then from 15 I went to Austin And then Austin is when I really expanded into boxing and competing and stuff like that. And I was at a gym. Shout out NBA. I was at a gym down there about 2 miles away from my school, and I lived about a half mile away from the school. So I would always run 2 miles to the gym, wearing my backpack with my tablet, with my Bluetooth headset, listening to The Weeknd.
Oh shit, that's what's
And
up.
stuff like that. I remember listening to The Hills. If you remember The Hills, You Only Call Me When It's 5:30. That song, right? That song. So there was a leaked,
Yeah.
there's a leaked tape from Austin ACL, Austin City Limits, and it was released in 2015. And that video had like a couple thousand views. And
The original one?
yeah, this was like 6-8 months
Damn.
before the music video came out, when the song came out, because the song and the video came out very closely.
So you listened to The Weeknd from the very, very beginning.
Right.
How'd you find him?
It was around that same time. That's why I guess it's so, I remember that so vividly. That I was listening to him on the way, running to the gym. But
No,
I
I'm
think I came
saying-
across the YouTube. I think I came across YouTube
Mm.
of The Weeknd and all his old
Of
stuff.
ACL, Austin City Limits. Because
No,
you were
I mean,
also.
no, but I was listening to them so heavy that I just came across my suggestions, but it was a video that only had a couple thousand views. It was maybe like 10,000 views to 18,000 views, something like that. It was nothing
Yeah.
too crazy. And then that same song, which it didn't have a name, everyone was like, "Oh, what is it? The name? What's the name gonna be?" Everyone was like in the comments saying like what was gonna be, and eventually ended up being that it was released, The Hills.
The Hills.
Yeah. So then,
Damn.
and then later Eminem hops on it, so it was like crazy sick. I love that.
Damn.
But yeah, I love the production of The Weeknd's music.
Yeah.
So just the production, and then the melodies,
Mhm.
rhythms,
Oh yeah,
just
for sure.
everything.
How
So yeah.
how crazy is that though? That you pretty much discovered The Weeknd when like The Hills, because that was probably like his first top song, like hit single, or was it single?
Right. No, I actually discovered him way before that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
How do you feel like? How does
Oh,
that
it's kind of
feel?
crazy,
Like-
bro. Like,
Like
Yeah.
you obviously you've never, or I'm assuming you've never met him.
right.
But,
never. Kinda
Like
weird.
how's that? Yeah, but how crazy is that you basically discovered him when he was nothing? Like you were fucking with his music.
Right.
Like you're just putting out like a bunch of mixtapes or like EDM
I was happy
shit
for
like
him.
that.
Really happy for
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Because I seen that everything
What
was
is
blowing up.
But how did that process feel? And like next thing you know, like The Hills comes out and it's a big hit. Everyone's
Right.
listening
I
to
was
it.
I was
And
losing my mind
then-
because on Twitter, it was on Twitter that
It
I
was
seen
on
it.
Twitter. It was blowing up, man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
You remember that day, or that 2 days on Twitter?
Yeah.
You remember that? Were you on there?
I
It was
I
The
remember,
Hills. It was like crazy, like everything. Because remember, it was the one with the car. It's blown
Yeah.
up, and then he's bloodied. Like it was iconic. That shot was
Yeah.
iconic. That was an awesome shot. And the chorus is like boom, craziness. So, yeah, I mean that song is lit. So yeah, I mean I was super excited once it blew up and everything, and I was like, on my other phone, my old phone, I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot of The Hills as well. When the video came out, I watched the video when it had a couple thousand views as well. Like the music
Dang.
video, the official music video, that ended up racking up probably like hundreds of millions by now.
But you could say
just
that was
so-
like his first hit single, right?
No,
Or was
fuck no.
or like the one that, or what would he say?
Crew Love, bro. Crew Love,
Which
Drake.
one? Drake.
Crew Love, Drake.
Oh yeah.
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 He did the whole Take Care album with Drake. He helped produce
Oh
that
shit!
album.
Really?
Yes, he helped produce the album. He actually does a lot of the producing himself, or helps produce a lot of the music himself. That's another reason why I like him as an artist.
That must be crazy though. Like you discovered him. Next thing you know, he's like, he has to be like the number, like top 3 most listened to artist on Spotify.
Well, yeah, dude, this dude's crazy now.
That's
He's on the same level as Drake now,
Yeah.
on the same competitive playing field. Before it was, he was always like Drake's little brother type shit.
Yeah.
But that's why he broke off, and that's why he did his own thing. And now he always told Drake that he wanted to build this up to a level where he can, they're two powerhouses coming together to create something amazing. So that kind of inspired me as well in my life to become a powerhouse, to become that person that could stand on his own and create with other people, and then just continue that, and just it's an awesome thing to create something, make something happen.
Yeah, that's awesome. So going back to that whole awesome thing in boxing, you said that you went to a gym, you started working out, you started getting into competitions. How did it feel like that first time when you were actually fighting?
So check
or
it out.
even your first spar.
My first sparring.
We can do first spar and then the first
All right,
fight.
first fight, and then we'll go from there. All right, first sparring. So first sparring. Shit. Well, my first sparring was in like 2011. So I was 11 years old or 10 or 12 years old, and I was boxing Rocky. Shout out. And he had been boxing for a long time, probably 2-3 years by now. But either way, this is so long ago, I don't remember any of this. So the thing I'd better be able to describe is the first fight, my first fight. So I lost my first fight, the only fight I lost ever.
Really?
Yes, only fight.
Oh shit!
Because I didn't have anyone in my weight class. I was 160. My competitor was 180, or like 172 weight class, but weighed in at 180. So
and you were how old?
I was 15. This guy was probably 16. And I was weighing about 165 at the time of weigh-in. So this dude had probably about 15 pounds on me, and he had reach on me, and he had experience. He had about 6-7 fights by now. It was my first fight, so he had got me.
So
But
that was
just on range though. Just on he didn't knock me down or anything, knock me out, nothing like that. It just on points. He had won on points.
yeah.
Keeping range. Just he was so long and lanky, and he pivoted really well. And it was a really big ring too, way bigger than the ring we had in the gym.
Yeah.
So cutting him off was a lot different. It wasn't the same. Way more difficult.
Yeah, boxing's an interesting sport. Or just really any like fighting, like combat sport. Because I've been getting into it, right? I started going. Shout out to Cap. We can talk about
Shout
that.
out Cap.
I mean, we'll talk about that. But it's.
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah, hell yeah.
How
dude.
we know Cap?
Hell yeah.
How we know Cap?
Hell yeah, we'll talk
So-
about.
so-
He's been on the podcast before. I need to get him on again.
Hey, let's do it again. So
Yeah, I'm gonna get him on.
Shout out Jonathan Aguilera out there in Arlington. So I've been following him for a minute. He'd been killing the tattoo game, and I seen that. I'm always in the boxing game, seeing what's going on, seeing who's out here and stuff like that. So I seen on Johnny's story that he posted this sparring session, and I'm like, "Where's that at?" He sent me the address to the ring, and then I end up messaging Cap. And I say, "Hey, are you guys doing sparring? Are you guys doing stuff like that?" He's like, "Yeah, we'll do it on Tuesdays, this, that. Like, give me the time." I came, and I told him the idea. Hey, we should throw a party. We should throw a party here. It's gonna be amazing. I'll DJ. I'll do everything for free. I hope you throw it. I'll do it for free. It makes no sense. I know. I don't know why I did it. I mean, I know why I did it. I was trying to do it to be, to make something happen, crack something open.
When was this?
20. This is 2 years ago. So this is 2018 in about September. So, or maybe a little earlier than that. It could be a little earlier. I think September though. But basically, we threw a party. Oh, it was a Halloween party, actually.
Oh,
Halloween
shit.
party.
Oh.
It was a Halloween
Damn.
party.
Shout out to Halloween.
Halloween.
Saturday.
So
I'll probably release
it was a
this
Halloween
that day.
party.
I'll probably
2
release
weeks.
this that day. I'm gonna try to.
Maybe.
Hopefully,
We'll
I'm gonna try.
So it was 2 years ago, around this time, and it was awesome. It was super packed. People were having a great time. We had a bunch of alcohol. and I was DJing, and then I let Cap DJ. Cap was just really he just played his music, whatever he liked. And you know, everyone was there having a great time, and then we stayed in touch. And yeah, shout out to Cap. We're gonna
Dude,
do it
big
again.
shout out.
Maybe a little smaller next time,
Yeah.
and more professionally done. I
Yeah.
know we got a few times. Oh, shout out T-Lock, holding it down, as well as the security for the parties. They were pretty crazy, but he held it down. So did Cap.
That's yeah, dude. Cap's an interesting character in general.
Yeah, he's dope. Young boss. Young
Hell
bosses.
yeah,
That's why
dude.
that's
Hell
why I
yeah,
like
dude.
that's why I like him, and that's why I like you. You're a young boss. He's a young boss. You stay around young bosses, and then we all grow together. We all grow
Oh
in
yeah,
our
man.
respective fields.
That's what it's about, really. We're actually, dude. We're actually talking about this today because we need to get back to go over there. Cause we're saying how like, especially nowadays, it's difficult for us to like, cause we're starting out, right? Like we need money like occasionally, and then sometimes we get like
Right.
these side jobs that really suck, and like take away energy from what you're working on. Like that's why I quit Starbucks. Like
Right.
I think last episode I did, I was about to quit, but like now I'm out like 100%. Like it just fucking like
Just
mentally
depends on
draining.
how you
Yeah, dude.
how you like it. I mean, everyone's
It's mentally,
different.
yeah.
Everyone's different.
But I
know.
mean, yeah, especially like with him at least, cause he has one of those like shitty like warehouse jobs. So you're just kind of like you show up,
I mean, it
do
might be.
shit.
It
Huh?
might not be. It might not be shitty. It might just be a manual labor job. Why not?
No, I mean, it's the way.
It might not be
It's
just.
the way.
It might not be a shit show. It might just be a
No, the
factory
way I'm
job.
just trying. No,
Manufacturing job.
the way I'm trying to describe it though, cause I've also done those like construction, all that. Like I've done it, right?
Right.
And I just say it's shitty because it's like one of those, because it's so mentally like exhausting. You go there every day, you're doing the same
Oh
shit.
yeah, repetitive. And
It's repetitive every single day. You show up, pack stuff, do whatever, clean up, you're done. Same thing again. And then like with him, like you said, a young boss.
right.
Like you guys, like we're just saying that we're talking about like it'll trip us out sometimes how we're like in our early 20s. Just
No, we're
just
good.
that, no,
We're
yeah,
fine.
just that. So try not to move that too much. Yeah,
No, we good.
kind of
right
fucks
here.
up.
We're
Yeah,
okay, we're
yeah, you're
okay.
good.
We're fine. I'm just cash.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying
Super cash.
that one's a fucked up one.
Right. I'm just
but-
super cash.
All right. No, that's good, man. That's good. You
Super
comfortable so
cash.
far?
Yeah, I'm
Comfortable?
relaxed. I'm super cash.
That's good, man. That's good. That's what's
Super
up. That's
cash
what's up.
in the shot, living life, living large.
Oh yeah, man. That's what it's about, really.
So let me ask you this, man.
What's up?
It's time. I feel like I gotta ask the questions.
No,
here.
no, you good. You good. You good.
I'm gonna ask the questions right now. You ready?
No, you're good. We're just talking, man.
We're
Let's
talking,
go.
man.
Let's
I'm
do
about
it,
to
let's
ask
do
the
it.
questions. I'm about to be a persecutus menacers. You hear me?
What?
I'm about to be a persecutus menacers. So here's the deal.
The fuck's that?
Here's the
Alright,
deal,
let's do
man.
it, let's do it,
Here's the
man.
deal. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Jordan, let me ask you something. You've been making moves. You've been making things happen. Where do you see yourself in a year?
A year from today,
A year from today, Halloween next year.
dude. You got me on there. To
Oh
be
my
honest with
god.
you.
Oh my god.
Dude, nah, dude. That's
Come on, big boy.
Nah, that's
Come on, use your
a good.
words.
Nah, dude, that's a good question. I like,
Bucket.
and same thing with you. Like, but we'll talk about that in a second. But right now, I mean, I haven't really talked about it much on the podcast. I just kind of
Why
Cause-
not, bro? Be open, man. This is me, man. You're talking.
no,
to me, man.
because
Talking to no one
last
else.
no, like last episode it was a while back ago. So we're getting our shit built up, and I
Right.
just I'm not the person to talk without a product. But like now I have a product, right? Like we can talk about it all we want. Basically, like started CBD because I am a pothead. I love like I'm a regular use. I smoke weed almost every day. Basically, I don't give a fuck. But there's so much that people don't get about it, and it's kind of, I feel like it's my initiative to educate people more about the cannabis plant, specifically like differences between CBD, THC, all that, because really all THC is, it's just a chemical compound
Mm-hmm.
that's found in the plant,
Yeah.
just like a bunch of other shit like we can get to in a minute. And I don't know, it's just really fucked how how marijuana is illegal
Yeah.
from a propaganda in the 30s.
When I was 15, I did to piggyback off what you just said, propaganda.
Yeah.
I did a 80 slide PowerPoint on the legalization of cannabis, talking about why it was illegal, what made it illegal, the compounds, to big pharma, cancer, everything. And it was pretty good juicy stuff on there. I had good information from strains, indica, sativa, literally, and the teacher's looking at me like I'm crazy. But I was laying down them facts, talking about taxes and everything. But back to you.
What else do you want to know more about? Like, this is a good conversation.
Right here, man. Right here, I just want to know something right here real quick, man. I just want to know something real quick. You got a lucky lady, man? You got a lucky lady in your life?
Nah, not at the moment.
Not right now. You just
No.
focused, right?
Huh?
You just focused right now.
Yeah, I'm focused. I'm really just focused on myself. Like getting this, like, especially getting the podcast up and running again.
Right.
That's why I bought these cameras, all this shit.
Right. The podcast.
Yeah, get it going again. Now, especially now that I don't have like that, like the Starbucks job, which is
Right.
stressful,
Yeah,
just energy drain. Yeah, it's freedom, man. That's really
Freedom.
what I want to get people to get to. Like all these young bosses, all these young entrepreneurs, shit
Right.
like that. It's that freedom.
Right. To do whatever you want. Frank Sinatra, My Way.
My way.
If you ever listen to it, it's a great song.
Shout out for Frank Sinatra.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
So,
But
back
yeah.
to what you were saying.
No, you're good.
Back to what you were saying.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
You're focused right now. You want to launch this going. You want to get it going on.
Yeah, I gotta get it
You
going.
want to get this podcast. Where do you see this podcast going? Where do you want this podcast going?
And really, the podcast is kind of like a side thing, just cause I like creating shit.
Right.
Like I can't be. Yeah, I like making shit. So like even if 10 people are gonna listen to this or 1,000, like I just wanna create something. Like here's my product. This is what I do. Especially with a lot of freedom I had. Right. I never went to school. Like out of high school, that's it. I didn't fuck with it. So just kind of like another, like one more thing I can add to my portfolio. Like this is like a boring podcast is mine. My wellness is mine. Eventually I'm gonna start getting into real estate. All that's gonna be mine. Young boss.
Yeah. Taking over.
Yeah.
It's lit. You're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I gotta make it happen. So kind of like we'll discuss this throughout the show, but like kind of want to go to you for a little bit, because you've also been doing similar thing.
Right.
In terms of like you're also a young boss. So talk about that a little bit.
So, what's the number one thing that you'd want to know if you're just like a stranger? What would you want to know about me?
So we go to Instagram. I can shout you out, right? Or you can give yourself a shout out on Instagram.
Instagram, gotta see Jonny.
Gotta see-
GOTTASEEJONN.
So
Why? Gotta see Jonny.
yeah. So we're gonna talk about that. What is Gotta See Jonny?
Gotta see Jonny.
I'm on Instagram. I stumble upon a picture. It's you in the suit, cowboy hat, 9 yards. Who is Jonny? Jonny T. Gotta see Jonny. Who is
Right.
that?
So Gotta See Jonny is a brand that I built, or I'm building, in the process of building, to negate any kind of loss to my Facebook, Instagrams. Because before I had the account Jonny.Toyota, got taken down, no website linked to that where people could remember.
Did you ever figure that out by any chance? Sorry for
No,
interrupting
we're
you.
not even gonna get into that.
All right. Yeah.
I haven't figured it
It's
out.
just bullshit, but
Right. But, oh well.
yeah, we
Okay,
won't
we'll
talk about it.
Move on.
Yeah. Totally.
So then I just thought, fuck it. I just had to adapt. I just had to get better. I just had to find a way to imprint this message, which I'd already been saying before anything happened. Before I even got deactivated, I knew that was my slogan. It sounds good. Gotta see Johnny. You gotta see Johnny. It sounds good. It rolls off the tongue. So it was no brainer to start the new account as that name. So that way, if people, or if I got deactivated again, people could at least remember the slogan, and they could find a way back to me if they need a vehicle. So that was that. And then so that's my new account. But my experience in the car business, I've helped over 400 families. Now about 450.
Yeah. So go to the very beginning, and then
The
like
beginning
we'll
of
work.
the car business.
Yeah, yeah. Cause you pretty much started working at the dealership right after high school, right?
Right. Right
Yeah.
after high school.
How do you find that
Mama.
job?
My mama. My mama got in the business when she was young.
Mhm.
She got my uncle in the business when he was young. So as a payback or thank you, she got me in the business, but through him. Now he's the manager in Wichita Falls. We're driving 2 hours there, 2 hours back. Not working out. After 3 months, we break off, do our own thing. I ask him, what's a good place to go to? I'm trying to succeed. I want to win.
Mhm.
Go to Toyota of Dallas. There, they don't play around. They do a high volume. They do high volume retail. They're the number one store, so they're gonna push you. So where do I want to go? I wanted to go somewhere they pushed me to be the best. So that's
And
where.
were you selling before this, or you were just like straight out of high school looking for a job?
I actually had a busing job before high school ended
Mm.
that I just stopped going to. I had gotten a sprained ankle through playing soccer, and I had stopped going, and then
You just didn't
eventually
care
I just
anymore?
didn't go back.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause it was a
yeah.
busing job, and high school was about to be over, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with my life, and my mom threw out the idea of being in the car business, so I went ahead and started. I thought it was gonna be easy. It was not easy. At first, it was very hard. I sold one car the first month. Actually, the first month I sold no cars. The second month I sold one car. The third month I sold 1.5 cars. Fourth month I sold 3. Fifth month I sold 6, or 4.5. Fifth month I sold 6.
Compound growth.
Then 7.5, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 17, and then 19, 20, 21, 20, 17, 15,
yeah.
18, around there. 19. So eventually it adds up. That's where I get the number 450, 400 families. Is from all the customers I've helped in some way or another and facilitate the purchase of a new or used vehicle through any of the dealerships that I've worked at in my career. But I've done a lot of deals. I've probably talked to over 10,000 customers. I've probably done over 1,000 test drives. Yeah, I mean,
No, that sounds dope.
I've
yeah.
gotten probably
Yeah.
I've probably gotten 100,000 no's in my life.
That's what it is. We'll go back. We're gonna go back a little bit, kind of like, and then build on from there. But you said you're straight out of high school, and then basically your uncle, if I'm correct, he basically hooked it up. He hooked up the job at
Right.
Toyota of Dallas.
Not really. He didn't hook it up.
Well, he knew the
he gave
people
me
that he gave you the opportunity. He knew the people that worked there,
No.
or how'd it go?
So he just told me that that was a good place to apply at.
So you applied.
So I applied
Got
there.
it.
So I
Okay.
applied there.
Okay.
Now he happened to know one person there that he was cool with. Mitchell Bartz. Shout out Mitchell Bartz. But he was the internet director, so we really didn't interact too much. I didn't work a lot of internet deals or deals that come over the internet, and we respond to them through email, text, and call. But they're leads generated through third party, through dealer funds. So I never really interacted with. So me and him really never interacted. I was pretty much on my own, trying to figure out how to create a way to build a business, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to build a business. I didn't want to just work to get paid. I wanted to work to have freedom, and
You build a brand. That's what you do.
exactly just build the trust within my family, the family of customers that I have.
Yeah, so that's kind of like a little different thing about you, because really, like, the more traditional way to go of it, if I'm saying it correctly, it's basically like advertisements, like billboards even, or not, like ads on the paper,
Right.
or phone calls even, like actual door to door. What makes you different from all of that?
Um, I'm not different. It's all the same. I'm not different. I just think that when it comes to the new generation, I'm the only one that could relate to them, and there's no one else.
How so?
Because everyone else that's in my business, that's selling the amount of volume that I am, or that's talking to the amount of people that I am, um, they're not working with the top dealerships, or if they are, they're not as good at talking to everyone from old to young. Now there's a lot of excellent salespeople, excellent, fantastic, 20-year-olds, people that are younger than me, even probably 19-year-old. I haven't seen a 19 or 18-year-old recently, but when I was 18 or when I was 19, I knew a couple, and I was pretty decent as 19, and then I knew some salespeople that I worked with that were good. But like back to what you're saying, what makes me different, I think, is the fact that I keep it cool. I relax. I'm not completely like a car salesman, the way they act, like very proper and things like that. Depending on the customer, if they give me that kind of energy, I'm gonna be more professional, more proper, more like upright, things like that. If they're more relaxed and they're, what I'm saying, I know how to kind of blend in with whatever the environment is. So if I feel like they're more laid back, I'll be more laid back. If they're more, black and white, they want to do it this way, that way, this way, it's fine. I'm adaptable. That's the main thing, is I adapt to the person. I adapt to the customer and their wants and their needs, because they are what matters, not me.
That sounds good. So, how do you find these people?
They find me.
How so?
Well, from the very beginning, no one really believed in me. No one really hit me up for a car except for a few people. And one person that comes to mind is Gabriel Garcia. Shout out. He's one of the first people that hit me up for a car. But just stuff like that. Just people finding out that I sold cars and then asking me for help, me giving them the help, and they share that post. They share with their friends, and now their friends know that I am in the business, and they reach out to me, or they get me connected, or they set me up with an appointment. But it's just all word of mouth, all referral based, and it's all just taking care of people.
Right.
Yeah, because you can't have a bad reputation and continue to
hell yeah.
get the same
That's super
people,
important.
same customers, things like that. People trade out of their car every 3 to 5 years. So I want to be able to maintain and retain all these customers as much as possible. So that means following up. That means, have given them my personal cell phone number. That way they can follow me directly. And then going myself personally to get them the best deal possible at the top dealerships in DFW.
Oh, so dealerships. So you work at multiple.
Yes. Any brand, any make, any model, doesn't matter, because
Yeah.
I can get it done any way, anyhow. I got this guy, or not this guy, my homie, Ant. Money Ant, shout out Money Ant, got a Scat Pack, a super rare, one of a kind, 1 out of 4 in North Texas. Actually, in probably the upper half of Texas, not even North Texas, the upper region. It's I think it's called Bull Raisin. It's a Bull Raisin. It's like a purple Scat Pack, $392. So it was super nice. 2020, got him approved for it. First time buyer, craziness, but he put quite a bit of money down, things like that. But
yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, we still got it done at Dodge, at a Dodge dealership.
Yeah.
But I always look at the best deal for my customers. Don't look at who it is that's helping me out with getting the inventory. As long as it's the car you want and it's the price you want and the deal you want, that's all that matters to me. I don't care where I had to get the deal from. I have no loyalty to any dealership. I don't work for a dealership. I work for you. That's the beauty in this whole thing. In my new business is that I don't work for anyone else but the customer. And with that being said, with me helping the customer helps me with
Yeah, we
sending me
help you out.
customers
Yeah.
and friends and family. And it just continues and builds. And that's where you get to the point where I am now, where I get to enjoy the things that I enjoy now and continue to help people and just keep growing. I love it.
So what was that like first day or first week, like even first month, like, cause that's
The
how you're
growing
getting,
pains.
yeah, the growing pains. We didn't go through those.
Well, it was tough at first, but with enough support from a couple mentors, and then a couple friends, with enough support, I was able to get out of it and get on a roll and stay on this momentum. I've been on a roll now these last 2 months, 3 months, just consistent production and as in I've also been just really cranking down and going hard on acquisition, just trying to find ways to make a deal. Trying to find ways to, because at the end of the day, I know right now it's hot. The market's hot. So if anyone's gonna buy a car, why not buy a car for me?
Why do you think that is, that things are so
market.
hot right now?
Because
Well,
COVID. Everything was so deflated. Now it needs to go. So now everything's like trying to go back. So what they're doing is they're loaning out money ridiculously. Like, think about it. You should not have gotten that rate that you got on your car.
Yeah.
And you
Shout
got
out,
that rate.
shout out to you, by the way.
Shout out to Jordan
'cause
for
of him.
trusting me.
Yeah,
Shout out
'cause
to
of
Jordan
him,
for coming
I
out.
have- That's a dope ass
and
Audi,
checking me
though.
out. It is super clean,
It's
super nice, and you deserve it. But most importantly, that rate you got is stupid as fuck. I would
yeah.
not give you that rate if that was my money. If that was my money, I would not give you that rate. I would give you more rate. But no, that just goes to show that the banks are hot and they're buying right now and they're going. And if there's even a 1% chance of making a deal, I'm gonna make that deal for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a different thing about you. So explain that a little bit, the difference between what you do and what a regular agent does at a certain dealership. Salesperson.
So a
yeah,
salesperson essentially works for the dealership. They get a percentage off the commission for the sale. So they're incentivized to sell their products besides what's necessary or oversell the cost of the vehicle, price of the vehicle. For me, I look at everything from the trade-in, price, interest rate, to your credit, to your history, the amount of lines you have on your credit, to the length of time each of your lines of credit have been, and how often you pay back. Do you have balances owed? Have you paid off a vehicle before?
I mean, that's really
Everything.
anyone and anything and everyone when it comes to making a big purchase like a house, or I'm assuming an apartment as well.
What?
Like checking the credit history, see what you owe. Because really all credit is how well you manage debt.
Right.
That's really what credit
Right.
is.
But a lot of people don't know that the dealerships actually make money on the rate.
How so?
They actually have what is called a buy rate. This is some juicy stuff, guys. And this is some nuggets.
No,
one's
this
gonna
is
tell you
good.
this.
That's right. That's what
So
we're
they
here.
actually make money on the
That's what we're
interest
here.
rate. The dealerships make money on the interest rate. The reason how they make it is because there's a 2-point spread between what is called the buy rate and the sell rate. So the sell rate is what you actually pay.
And what's the point?
The
Sorry.
point is the dealerships take a percentage of that, 70% around, and the banks take 30% of the spread. So if they're able to make more money on the interest, the dealership makes money and the bank. So what my job is to tell them, no, you don't make that much. You're not going to make that much. And instead, where that interest was going to be straight profit, I turn that interest into product. So now you're getting a warranty, you're getting gap, you're getting the things you need without paying extra for them.
Yeah.
In place of paying extra in interest and then paying extra on the actual warranties. I'll actually get you a decent price for the warranties, get you a good rate, get you a good price for the car, get you a good trade in. I got this deal done the other day. Girl was oh my gosh. Okay, this is crazy. No proof of income. No proof of employment. No history, credit history. We got her approved
Really?
with less than $2,000 down, and we put in about $6,000 for her vehicle. Her vehicle is worth $1. So that it goes to show you the stuff we do, and by we I mean the people I work with specifically. I only work with the owners and the GSMs specifically. I don't work with a salesman. I work with the owners and the managers, the people working the actual
you see that,
deals.
right? There's like a light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's not.
It's not.
But yeah.
We're not doing short of time. That's all right. Okay. I remember what I was gonna ask. So again, you didn't answer my question.
What's your
Like,
question?
no, yeah, it was. Or no, actually, no, I didn't ask. I was just thinking about it. But because you said you work with different dealerships.
Right.
How did you go from working at
One to working at many.
yeah.
I first built the first relationship. So, well, one of the things you got to realize is at that dealership, only the best of the best worked there. So anyone that left, they're still really good,
Mm-hmm.
and they're at other dealerships. So now they're the managers at other dealerships. Makes sense? So now I have this wide network of people who I could trust, who are at the top volume stores of all brands. Not only that, I've built new relationships just from my production alone, from being able to, help bring customers from random, basically out of thin air to them, because they don't know me, right? If it's a fresh relationship, they don't know me, so I'm bringing a deal to them out of thin air. Here you go. But I want to make sure I'm compensated, I'm taken care of, and also that my customer is taken care of. That's how it goes. In exchange of me giving you this business, and making this process easy for the dealership in exchange gives me discounting prices, discounts on the vehicle, help with the rates, help with the trade-in, to make everything just a lot easier for both parties, for the buyer and the seller.
Mm-hmm.
So that way the dealership can get a
So
unit
you're the
in.
broker.
Yes, I'm an auto broker.
And there is a difference between that and a salesman.
Yes, because the salesman works for a dealership and a broker works for a brokerage or himself in this situation. And they work for the customer.
I get that.
They work directly for the customer.
I'm just clarifying. I'm just trying to clarify that a little bit because there is some misconception still.
Right.
Because really the way it sounds, or at least I learned this before, like going to real estate and all that, like the broker just sounds like a bigger asshole.
Why?
Just the name of it, just like the name. You have the agent and a broker. It just sounds
Right,
like
it
he's
sounds
more,
like that.
Like you're more like you're at a higher level.
Right.
They're just.
It's because I don't play games. And I feel like when I was a salesman, when I first started out, it would be a thing of playing games because I would only be able to tell you what I was told to tell you. Makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Now, me being a broker, I can tell you whatever is true and whatever I know is right. If you're trying to do this, if you're trying to accomplish this, I'm going to tell you your options and I'm going to tell you the truth on how to get there. I'm not going to tell you on how just so I can sell a car. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Before it was what was at stake. If I can't close the deal, they're going to send a salesperson to close the deal for me. I lose half my commission. So if they're going to close the deal anyway, might as well I close the deal and I get the commission. That was the mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So, regardless, the deals are great even then because they're Toyota, most of them, right? But there's times where the extra $10 the extra $15, the customer just doesn't want to go up anymore.
Yeah.
So there's no use in fighting it or arguing it anymore. Just do the deal. Just do the deal.
Mhm.
And before, as a salesman, you don't have as much leverage. You don't have as much say so in how the deal goes and things like that. As a broker, you have all the leverage because you're talking as like an attorney on the side of your customer.
Yeah.
Because what the manager would love to do at the dealership is to get the customer in front of them directly. Because they're skilled assassins, right? So they're looking for you to slip up and say the wrong thing. There's a lot of different tactics and sales strategies they use, and I know how to. Now there's none of that now. Now I take all that away, and I make it easy, and that's the beauty in it. That's why it's such a niche thing to do, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with cars, like everyone drives. Especially
Everyone
like
needs a car.
in Texas, like California, like the more western states, everyone drives a car. Like you can see them right there behind you, behind us, really.
Yep.
But have you ever thought about going into real estate?
I am.
You are.
I'm gonna get a fourplex.
You are.
That's my first investment. Is a fourplex.
So let's go into that for a little bit,
You wanna go
because
into real
also yeah
Let's
hell
do it.
yeah
Let's do it.
yeah let's do it.
Let's do it.
So I want to ask this first though.
Yeah.
Same question you asked me. Where do you see yourself in a year?
In a year from now, Jesus Christ.
Or you want to get to that at the end? We can do the end if you want.
No, man.
You want to get it out of
There's
the way?
no kind of structure to this.
You want to get it
You're
at
acting
alright,
you're acting
you
like
talk
at
about
the
it now.
end. Like we've been on this for already an hour. Like we're at the end.
Yeah, it's been
we
pretty
got
close
3
to an
minutes
hour.
left. What do you mean? I'm kidding. So
this shit goes on as
So in
long
a
as-
year, stop.
Yeah.
In a year. Here's what I see myself. I see myself with a team. A team of assassins. And I mean a big team. As in networks everywhere. All across Texas. Networks in Austin, major cities, Houston, San Antonio. I'm going there. I'm going to befriend and make friends with all the major volume dealerships. And we're going to make it happen. Jonny, Texas, taking over.
Jonny, Texas.
Jonny, Texas, taking over.
Went from Johnny Toyota to Johnny, Texas.
Jonny Toyota
I fuck with that.
will always be part of me.
That was so original.
And Toyota's great. Toyota's a great product, great brand. But I got to represent the state that
Texas.
I was born in.
Hell yeah.
So-
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up. That's what it's all about, dude. It's crazy I haven't known you since middle school.
Yeah, man. I love you, man. I fucking love you.
Damn, you gotta get closer to that. People
I
didn't
said
know
I fucking love you,
Dude,
man.
Hell
I
yeah,
said
man.
I fucking
It's-
love you, man. Jesus Christ.
All right. But yeah, let's go into that real estate thing for a bit. Why a fourplex?
Fourplex. Check it out. I saw it on a TikTok.
You really saw it on TikTok.
Nah. Well, I also saw it. I also saw it on a TikTok, but I always wanted multifamily. But basically, it pays for itself. That's it. Long story short, pays for itself.
Shit, that's very true.
Pays for itself. You don't have to pay rent. You can rent it out as you live there. You can rent it out as you live there, which is crazy.
You know what's the craziest part about it?
Yeah,
About
you
real
know.
estate? It's all the tax breaks, all the loopholes.
Yeah, I have no idea. Anything.
Dude, you need to get into that. Like really
I'll hire someone to get into that for me.
really the best way is to do it yourself.
Really?
Really. And I'm speaking this from
Experience?
From experience. Yeah. Cuz I actually went to that. Like I have a bunch of like real estate like law
Talk
if
to
you
me
want to
about
read
it.
about it. Yeah, hell yeah. So there's just so much crazy shit. That's why people get pissed off nowadays, cuz Jeff Bezos doesn't pay taxes. But it's cuz there's fucking loopholes. And like that's really kind of like you going back to me, like I want to build myself up, like build my brand, build my wellness, build up this podcast, because I'm learning a lot. It's like
Right.
really what life's about. You learn shit, And then I feel like I know enough, and I'm gonna learn more, to where I want to share that information. That's why even this podcast, right? I get all sorts of people on here,
Right.
share different points of views, different stories, all that, like different shit. Get
Yeah.
that exposure to different ideas.
Mm.
And then that's kind of what I learned with real estate. It's like its own little, like, it's dope. You know what you could do even? I actually did this for a while. Just go into the rich neighborhoods. Go into go into open houses.
Right.
Like, just walk around, talk to the people there. Like, what are you looking at? Hey, this is cool. Talk to the agent. And it's really not that difficult to get a license if you ever want to go down that route eventually. It's not difficult at all.
Yeah.
You just take a few classes, pass an exam, that's about it.
To be a broker or what?
Yeah, to be an agent. It's not that difficult. You just know, like, same thing. You just need to
I
know
don't think
people.
I'd want to.
No, I'm just saying. Because,
I don't think I'd want to though.
no. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing an idea out there.
Wouldn't I want to be
ideas.
wouldn't I want to be a broker?
Or, because I'm saying, like, you can be, like, even if you're not going to do that, like,
Wouldn't I want to be a broker though?
Why?
Wouldn't I want to?
Well, in real estate, the only difference is that the broker, like, when you're a broker, you can have your own office and not be a broker. Like, all a broker does is hold on to licenses, and they receive commission. That's really about it. Because different offices work differently. Some brokers will be like, yeah, you can get 100% commission. Just give us a $100 desk fee, something like that, something simple. Even if that, some people don't even charge anything at all. It's just depending on who you go with.
Okay.
But basically, all the broker does is have licenses, like, hold on to, like, the license. That's about it, really. But I was kind of saying about the real estate stuff. Even if you don't want to be an agent, you can still, like you said, invest. And there's so much to learn about, like, about investing and all of that. Especially, like, we're starting out young, and, like, we just gotta build up that portfolio. Like, you start out with duplex, eventually fourplex, eventually, I don't know,
That's
a
credit.
few
It's
houses.
It's credit. It's credit. It's credit.
What?
It's credit.
It's credit.
Boom.
It's credit. This is why we got you on here, man. Like, you're sharing good shit. You share good shit.
Credit. That's important. They don't teach it, but they need it.
You know, teaches that. Jay-Z teaches that.
Jay-Z teaches credit.
Jay-Z does.
You better bet it.
You know what's more important about? Oh,
Run it
fuck, what did he
on
say?
the debit.
What did he say? He said something about credit. Oh yeah, he said, you know what's
Run
better?
it on the credit, but then pay it with the debit. Oh, that's what
Yep.
he said.
Yep.
He said it like
He
that.
probably said that.
Said
Yeah.
it, paid it at the end of the month. So that way you don't pay interest.
Paid at the end of the month.
Prepay
No
interest.
interest.
No
Interest
interest.
fuck you up.
Yep, but it's okay.
Interest. Especially with, like, all these college people, like, people finishing up college, like, from our age. It's weird. Especially nowadays because of COVID. Because we're talking about that also, like, being an entrepreneur, how you're self-invested, or how do you say it? Like, you're self-dependent. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
When, as an entrepreneur, and like, the job market is weird, yet everyone's buying fucking cars. Like, on paper, no one has a job, but everyone's buying cars.
Right.
But it's kind of like this generation that we came out to be. We're like right in the middle, because we're not.
Right.
We're like the late millennials, but we're like the first Gen Z. So it's weird.
Yeah, I feel awkward in this time.
It's weird, but I mean,
I feel awkward in this time and space.
why is that? If you can live in any generation, if you can be 20 years old in any generation,
Probably
any year,
probably in the 90s. I'd probably live in the 90s.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Why?
It just shit looked good. Or in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Probably the 90s though.
I could see you in the 80s. Like,
In the
being
90s.
being in your 20s and 80s. I could see that.
I wish I was friends with Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Super talented. I would have lived in the time period he was alive.
Mhm. So many people The I know you follow sports. How
Mac
would we?
Miller, rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah, Mac Miller. Oh yeah. How we not talk about sports? That's because I was thinking about the '90s and I thought of the Bulls and like. Did you ever watch The Last Dance, the documentary?
I did. I just finished it.
What'd you think of it?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome. Great.
Awesome.
It was motivational, inspirational. Jordan. Man, I just don't know if he's better than LeBron, but they say he's better than LeBron, but LeBron don't have a movie like that. But if he did have a movie like that, how would it look like? So now LeBron got to make a movie
LeBron's still
like that.
35.
Right. I'm saying that after he's done, when he makes a movie, then we'll know who's better.
What's your opinion?
I don't know basketball like that. I would just say Jordan's better, just because.
You would, yeah.
Because I seen Jordan the way he be shooting and stuff, and I've never seen LeBron do it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he be like on the way down, shooting as he's on the way down, and just like with enough flick where it goes in every time. His jumper.
Something I could probably say is that LeBron's the most athletically and physically gifted
Yeah, he's
player ever.
physically, like he's physical, yeah, but he's just big. He's just big. He's
no,
just
that's
big.
what I'm saying. Like,
give
physically active.
Give Jordan LeBron's body, and who's better?
You think Jordan? Yeah.
Give Jordan LeBron's body and his trainer and his analytics and his science and this new generation of technology.
Yeah.
Give him. Jordan was just above his level, like entirely. He was only like 6'4", right? 6'5"?
No, he was 6'6".
6'6".
So not too short. LeBron was 6'8", so like 2 inches apart, something like that.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason they seem way different, but I guess it's the size. I think
yeah.
LeBron is way bigger.
Yeah, he is definitely for sure.
Yeah. Well, give Jordan LeBron's trainers, as in the science, because I know that they be putting on the breath tank, the breath thing, and the all that, whatever, science.
Science, yeah. So kind of one last thing before we wrap this up. I gotta ask you, how about them Cowboys?
Jerry, I need to talk to you.
What do you think about that? Because I'm not really. I feel like I'm obligated to like the Cowboys because I'm from Dallas, but they're fun.
Garbage.
They're
trash.
fun to make fun of, and it sucks this year especially. Like there's nothing to make.
It's
fun of.
because of the coach.
What do you explain that? Because I know football's your shit. We can finish off.
All right, so we'll finish this off real quick. Tight. Real quick.
No.
Keep this tight. We'll keep this tight because I really don't care about football enough to be this
Damn,
close.
not anymore, dude.
To be the closing
Not
statement.
anymore.
Not right now.
Not right now.
You want to talk about how much they suck?
We can talk about how much they suck all day. I love doing that.
You're a Seahawks fan. That's why. You're a Russell Wilson Seahawks fan.
He's gonna win. He's gonna win MVP.
Probably.
He's gonna win MVP.
Probably.
Russell Wilson for MVP.
All I'm saying is, if the coaching was not on the defensive end what it is, we would be winning right now. We would be at least 3-3 or 4-3.
What about the past 24 years?
Oh, well that's Jason Garrett for the last 10. You could account for that. In the last 14 years, that was due to Jerry, which all of it is due to Jerry.
All of it's due to Jerry.
It's all Jerry, because he took Jimmy Johnson out.
He did.
That's his fault. It's stupid.
You think next year's their year? Next year's their year?
Dude, we're fucked for the next 6 years.
Next 6 years.
Unless Dad comes back next year and is like, fuck everyone and torches everyone. He has to torch everyone. But I don't think they're bringing him back. I don't think they're bringing him back. I don't think Jerry's bringing him back.
Really?
His price is going up, and he's injured, so they're less confident in him, but his price is still going up.
Where do you see that going then?
No idea.
Oh,
no idea.
You're just saying, you're predicting, what is it today? October 29th, 2020.
If there's nothing in the draft, there's no first, like Trevor Lawrence or something like that, they're going to keep Dak. But
Do you
if
think the Cowboys would tank?
they might, they might.
I feel like they should at this point.
Jerry's like Skip said it. Skip said it, and I agree with him. Jerry would do something like that, or he would be fine with it just to get Trevor Lawrence, because Dak's injured. Either way, he's probably thinking about different ways out of that. That's why he tagged him. He franchise tagged him for that reason. Exactly. Exactly.
You really think that's a bold prediction. Like it's not as heard as someone saying that Dak's not gonna come back. Like something as bold as that.
I think he will.
You think he will?
I think he will.
You're just saying it just to say it.
I think he will, but I'm saying if. I don't know, dude. It's just. I don't want it to happen. I really don't want it to happen, but I think it is gonna happen.
He was the only player that actually cared. Dude, he was like the number one quarterback. Or he was the top 3 for sure. Or top 5. No, I have to say I would put him in top 3. Like before he got injured this season. And it's like they were still losing because he was putting up 38 points a game and like 400, 500 yards every game and still losing. Like, that's crazy. With all the talent they have, all the fucking money they have, dude. They're the number one most valuable franchise on earth. They are. Look it up.
I know that. I'm just saying.
You're shaking. Okay, I know where you're getting. Yeah, but yeah, they're the number one most valuable franchise in the planet, all sports. Yeah. Like, that's including Real Madrid, Manchester United, Manchester, like all of them, bro. Barcelona. You ever been up there? No, you haven't, right? Dude, you need to get out.
Fucking asshole. I've never been to Europe.
Bro, you need to get out there.
I've never been over water. Is that scary? Flying over water?
Flying
Thinking
over
like,
not
holy
really.
shit, dude. We're fucked.
No, you know why? Because...
They have boats on the plane?
No, not really. Because most, like a solid 94% of plane accidents happen in the first. If I remember the stat correctly, it happens in the first 2 minutes of takeoff or the last 10 minutes of landing. That's when they all happen. Because really, like I've flown a plane before. Like a plane's designed to fly.
Oh, you just flown a plane before? Not big deal. Yeah, you just flown a plane.
I have.
You actually have. Yeah, you're a pilot. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Continue.
I wish though. That'd be dope as fuck.
That'd be awesome. That'd be dope as shit.
That'd be dope as shit. But like planes are designed to fly, so it's not really. But it's all physics. Like anything were to happen, like it still has that slope. So they have time usually to land. But the problem is the last minutes of landing. Landings can be pretty fucking sketchy. And I've been on a few sketchy landings. Those are scary. But at the end of the day, the trip's worth it. Like, you need to get out more. Like, it opens up your mind. It does all sorts of good shit for you. Like, experience different cultures. Kind of like I said. Like, kind of at the very beginning, when we're talking about exposure. Fuck it, I'm down to go with anyone.
Will you go with me to one of these places?
Yeah, fuck it. Amsterdam. I'm trying to go to Amsterdam.
Let's go to Germany. Hit up your German queens.
We can go anywhere. I want to go to Amsterdam.
We can go to Deutschland.
Deutschland. Yeah.
Deutschland to go meet your German babies.
This motherfucker.
Oh my god. So what's next, man? What's next?
What's next
for Jordan?
What's next for me? Shit, I don't know. I mean, I fucked with the cameras. I think if I get this episode to go up without a problem, like it's gonna be a regular thing and be like.
You let me do my show.
We'll talk about that later on.
Yep. All right.
But like probably definitely continue that, and then my wellness. Shout out to my wellness. It's like the new
my wellness. Let me go ahead and get a product. Can I get a product? Can I show?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude, hell yeah, yeah. I'll show. Oh no, dude, show. I mean,
or do you want to show?
Can
I show?
You want to show? What did you buy? Like here, I'll give you the one you bought. Yeah, I'll give you Here, pitch me the Roland. I'll see how
Alright.
good you do.
All right, so this is the new product from Mo Wellness, the Freeze CBD Roll-On Stick with 750 milligrams of CBD per bottle. Guys, when I tell you, when I put this on, at first nothing was happening. I was like, damn, Jordan, give me my money back. This is ridiculous. But then, just within 2 minutes, I start feeling this tingly sensation all throughout my arms. That's where I put it. I had arm day, you know what I'm saying, trying to get these guns, you know what I'm saying. No CHO. But
Gotta get into boxing again.
you what?
You gotta get into boxing again.
Hey, you better shut your mouth. Shut your freaking trap. So I put it on. First of all, okay, yeah, I do need to get back to boxing. Second of all, this is great because I put it on my arms. I slept like a baby. I took a nap. I slept like a baby. It's not discomforting at all. Relaxing. I'm so excited to try it tonight again. See how I sleep again with it. But yeah, tried the tinctures, or not the tincture, the oil. Right, that's what it's called.
Yeah, teams it's all the same thing.
Okay, so I tried the oil, and the oil is really good. I'm gonna try a bigger dosage. I'm gonna buy another one from Jordan right now, so we'll see. But yeah, shout out to Mo Wellness. We're gonna get some stuff going, some videos, some commercials, some promotions, campaigns. We're gonna make it happen for Jordan and his buddy Colton. Correct?
Yep. I've also had him on here.
Who?
I've also had Colton on here.
Who?
On the podcast, Colton.
Right.
I've had him on here.
Right.
He's dope.
He's dope. His brother
Listen
Justin
to
too.
him.
Shout out to Justin.
Shout out to Justin. I'm gonna get Justin on it too.
Yeah,
Shit.
Justin Beltran.
I forgot what episode he was on, but it was one of the recent ones. So shout out whatever episode number that is. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check out My Wellness CBD on Instagram. MyWellnessCBD.com. Gonna be launching very soon. I don't know how soon, but hopefully very soon. Johnny, any last words before we go out the air?
All right, guys. Just wanted to thank you for tuning in, watching this podcast, showing love to myself, Jordan, here. If you're looking for a new car, truck, or SUV, don't pay extra fees. Go ahead and see me, BMW or Chevy, whatever it is. You got to see Johnny. I'm going to make a song soon. It's coming. Music video, song, rapper. I'm rapping. I'm gonna do a rap song coming soon on that.
Sneak peek or not? Sneak peek or not?
No, there's no. I don't have anything on it. I don't have
You don't have
nothing on it.
freestyle?
I don't have no freestyle.
Damn.
That was my freestyle. You couldn't tell. That was off the dome.
Oh fuck, dude! Now I feel
That
like
was
an
straight
asshole.
off the dome. That was straight off the dome.
Now I feel like an asshole. Fuck.
So everyone can
Website.
find me on my website, gottaseejohnny.com, GOTTASEE, Johnny without the H, no H in Johnny.com, or my Instagram, gottaseejohnny.
All right. Well,
That's it.
You got to see Johnny. You're looking for anything, you hit him up. Anywhere, check him out. Some dope ass shit, man. And see, hey, it was great having you on here.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. See everyone later.